Let's just jump right into it. There's this one giant question that follows every single one of us, right? What really happens after you die? Well, we're about to look at a perspective on this that might just flip how you see, well, everything. So here's the big idea. Death isn't the final curtain call. It's not the end of the story. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's a beginning, a transition into a totally different kind of existence. Now, to really get this, you kind of have to accept one basic thing first. What our five senses show us isn't the whole picture, not even close. The idea is that there are whole layers to reality that are absolutely real, but we just can't see them. And look, that might sound a little out there, but think about it for a second. We live with invisible forces all the time. You can't see the air, but you're breathing it right now. You can't see the radio waves that your phone is using, but you know they're there. This way of thinking just applies that same logic to ourselves, to an unseen part of us called the spirit. And that brings us right to the core of it all, the idea that a human isn't just one thing. We're a combination. There's the physical body, which is seen as just a temporary vehicle, like a car. But inside that car is the real driver, an eternal spirit. And that spirit, that's the real permanent you. So once you start looking at things from that angle, that we're both a body and a spirit, the old definition of death just doesn't work anymore. It starts to fall apart. And it opens up a much deeper understanding, one that's hidden inside a strange little riddle. Take a look at this quote. I mean, at first glance, it makes zero sense. It's a paradox, a puzzle that seems totally impossible to solve with our normal ideas about life and death. So yeah, how can the dead bury the dead? It sounds like nonsense, but the answer shows us that we've been using one word, death, to talk about two completely different things. And here is the aha moment. There are two kinds of death. You've got physical death. That's an event. The body just stops working. It returns to dust. Simple. But then there's spiritual death. And that's not an event. It's a state of being. It's when a spirit is disconnected from its source, from God. So the riddle? It means letting the spiritually dead worry about burying the physically dead. Okay. So that just blows the door wide open to the next huge question, right? If our bodies are just temporary shells and our spirit is the thing that lasts forever, then what's the point of all this? Why are we even here in this physical life? And the answer we're given is this really powerful analogy. It asks us to see our whole life here on earth as a kind of pregnancy, but we're not carrying a separate baby. The child being developed is our spirit. This life is just the womb, the training ground for the person we're going to be for all of eternity. Let's break that down. The body is the womb. Our spirit is the fetus inside, growing and developing every single day. And this is the most important part. Our thoughts and our actions are the nutrients. They are literally what feeds and shapes our spirit. Which means physical death isn't an ending at all. It's a birth. It's the moment our eternal spirit finally comes out into its true reality. So this puts a massive choice right in front of us. We can live for the body, chasing temporary things that, let's be honest, all turn to dust eventually, or we can choose to live for the spirit, building up the things that are eternal. The idea is simple. What you build in your spirit is what you get to keep. So how do you actually do that? How do you feed the spirit? It all comes down to aligning yourself with God's word, making sure what you listen to, what you think about, and what you do are all in harmony with it. And that really boils everything down to this one core piece of wisdom. The secret to living a good life, both right now and for what comes next, isn't about focusing on the body. It's about seeking God first, because that's what truly nourishes that eternal spirit. So the huge takeaway here is that today matters more than we can imagine. Every choice you make, every thought you have, every single action, it's not just for today. You are actively, right now, building the person you will be for forever. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. When you look at your life, your thoughts, your actions, what are you building? If this got you thinking and you want to dive into more of life's biggest questions with us, definitely hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next explainer.